Oh, are we both gonna be in the shot? Alright. Mimi? Okay, let's go. Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, most highly anticipated movie of 2016.
No, it isn't.
Very. Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Okay, besides the reviews that you've been hearing, it was a very interesting film. I consider it as an art house film.
So the setup we're doing is he's gonna give his piece uninterrupted. I'm gonna give my piece uninterrupted, and then we'll go back and forth between our thoughts and debate. So
People may get hurt. There will be bloodshed.
Brendan's gonna be wrong a lot.
No.
So go ahead and start.
Okay, so
Go ahead and take as long as you want.
Boy,
I'm serious.
It's gonna be long.
Uh-huh.
For sure. Anyway, the movie for me was. It was good. I liked it. Everything was very entertaining. It had, like every movie had its flaws, but I guess I had more flaws than other superhero movies. But it's no Fantastic Four. I will say that. The pros of that film, of course, is Ben Affleck as Bruce Wayne. He is the quintessential Batman. I mean, Christian Bale was the childhood Batman of us, but he took the spot, man. He was good. He was the Dark Knight Returns seasoned Batman, and he really took it to a whole nother level. It was just bring out the comics, and yeah, I mean, Michael Keaton was a good Bruce Wayne. Val Kilmer, I'm Batman. George Clooney, hey Freeze, I'm Batman. And then Christian Bale, I'm Batman. There were different, just you can't say besides George Clooney. I mean, they were all good Batmans. Yeah, there were. I mean, even Val Kilmer, he was pretty good. But of course, Christian Bale took the spot. We were wondering who was going to be that, basically the Daniel Craig, because he was basically better than Pierce Brosnan. He was better than Sean Connery. Ben Affleck is that. He is the Batman of what we have now. He's the one that people are entertained in, and he was probably the most entertaining part of the movie. And Henry Cavill was good as Superman. Gal Gadot, or Gal Gadot. Is it Gal Gadot or Gal Gadot?
It's Gadot.
Gadot. She was really good too. I mean, she didn't have a lot of dialogue, but it was, she did what they gave her. And, I would say the synopsis was good. I mean, the pacing was off, the editing too. I mean, the dream sequence was... There's times where, I can see what they were going with on the dream sequence, but the editing on that was pretty bad. I mean, it didn't even show Bruce Wayne doze off or fall asleep, anything. It just showed, on the computer, and then boom, it just cut to the dream, which, really threw off a lot of people. But, Lex Luthor, I will give Jesse Eisenberg this, that he, very, very creative with the character, and I'll give him that a lot. When I laughed a lot most when he would always add the it's like Bruce Wayne. Clark Kent, you do not want to pick a fight with this man.
Oh, fuck you.
But dude. Anyway, but he was good in the part. I mean, he was really good. I can see they were trying to go for Heath Ledger in the film. But there was I enjoyed the film a lot, but like I said, there were some flaws in it, and I think really the best part of it for me was Batman on screen, and that's my take.
Your grade?
I'm good. Oh, my grade? I give it a... Oh, I forgot to say, Alfred was fucking awesome. Jeremy Irons did it. Michael Caine was great as Alfred. Jeremy Irons was good. The relationship, the chemistry between the two was between him and Bruce Wayne was just like the animated series, really great. But what?
I went like Alfred, like Master Wayne.
But I'm trying to see what else I'm trying to remember from the film. Like I said, the movie had flaws, but I thought it was entertaining. My grade for the film, I give it a 78. Take the floor, Nick.
All right. you know, fanboy pandering review aside, I didn't like the movie. I don't know. I do know what I didn't like, and I'm gonna start off by giving it some praises. So here are the pros. The first one is that Zack Snyder really knows how to shoot a shot. There's some beautiful like cinematography, and it just looks really nice. But I'm gonna get into it a little bit just later on, because that's also a downside for me. Ben Affleck. I thought Ben Affleck was the best thing about this movie. I like you said, his facial cues, like when he sees when he sees Gotham getting destroyed, and he looks up at Superman fighting Zod, and you see the intensity, like just like how he
The brooding of the
no, just like how he furrows his brow, and like you see the intensity like in the center of his eyes, that he is a man who's like extremely just like he's pissed off, and he's fucking brutal, which is another thing where it's like a double-edged sword, where like I fucking love seeing Batman just go in and like kick a bunch of ass without like holding back, and he's just a brooding huge guy. But I'll get into what I didn't like about that, but for the most part I enjoyed that. He looks the part. He is the most Bruce Wayne Batman looking Batman there has ever been, in my opinion. There's nobody looks like Batman the way he does. Christian Bale looks like a guy playing Batman. Michael Keaton looks kind of like a guy playing Batman compared to Ben Affleck. He really looks the part. My only complaint is no bat nipples.
I wish there was more bat ass.
No, but like to be serious, his delivery is perfect when he says that they have to. The line, I think it goes.
Where's that 1% chance?
Yeah, if there's even that 1% chance, we have to take it as an absolute certainty. Yeah. That part is amazing.
It was like perfect because it wasn't like over the top.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, I know. Alfred. What did you say his name is?
Jeremy Irons.
Jeremy Irons is really fucking witty. His delivery, his comedic timing is perfect. When he's what does Batman ask him? And then he's like, I have no idea how I would deal with that, sir. That shit's amazing.
Man. Yeah, I know it.
And he brings like a really good for a part. Once again, it's double edged. Where like I loved one part about it, but it just wasn't developed. Where he has a really interesting dynamic with Bruce, where it shows he has a real problem with what he's doing. Like morally, he doesn't agree with the branding. He doesn't agree with his methods. And he's really like, he has a dispute with Batman, and it's really good conflict, and they don't go anywhere with that, which is one flaw in the movie, is that there are a bunch of plot threads that don't get followed out. But yeah, I loved Alfred. He was amazing. I actually love Jesse Eisenberg. I love him because like he just goes into the fucking crazy role, and people were like, I don't like it because it's not like he's not a smooth operator like Lex Luthor would. He's not like he doesn't seem cunning. He just seems like a guy with social anxiety disorder, which is actually what I liked, because again, it's a thing that I liked that had things I didn't like, in that I think they wrote him in incorrectly, where they have him with these giant plans, which I'll get into later in a bit, but like he has this master plan which would be amazing for like someone who was portrayed as like a smooth operator who was like 20 steps ahead. This guy seems like he has like, he's just off, and he just seems like really weird and crazy, and I think that's an amazing thing to do, where like he's unstable and you don't know what he's gonna do, but you knew exactly what he was gonna do, but like I said, Jesse Eisenberg, I actually like the job. I'll actually go ahead, because I remember you had a problem with how they set up the extended universe. I'll give my bit, but I kind of want you to give yours.
Oh, well, like, you know, in the Marvel films that we've seen, how they introduce the character, of course, is all by solo, each solo film. And I don't think DC they don't have to emulate Marvel. You know, they could still introduce Marvel's extended universe, but I wish they did it in a more epic way, not through a friend request on Facebook or email with videos. I just think that was pretty kind of lame. I mean, I was looking forward to see Flash, Aquaman. I mean, they look cool and all. I mean, the clips looked cool, but I just wish they were just introduced in a better way.
I actually didn't mind. I actually liked the way they set up the extended universe, because at least you get a glimpse.
Yeah.
But I did think it was a little off when Batman is emailing Wonder Woman.
Who are you? Who are you?
Yeah.
With the
picture.
That'd be funny with an emoji, just thinking like, who are you? Just thinking.
But so yeah, those were my pros, and maybe I'm looking over some, and if I remember during this, I'll definitely bring them up. But so it had great visuals. Ben Affleck was amazing. Alfred was amazing. Jesse Eisenberg, I actually really liked the performance. Oh, Gal Gadot was pretty good with what she was given, but it was just not enough for me to say it was great or anything, because it was just an extended cameo in my opinion. And I like the way they set up the extended universe. But yeah, Gal Gadot is great with what she's given. She's mysterious. She's pretty cool. And so now it's my favorite part, the cons I had with the movie. Like I said to start off, there are tons of beautiful shots, really pretty, but a lot of them were kind of dumb and don't really do anything for the story for me. Like, I knew the movie was gonna be a shit show when it started off with Bruce Wayne fucking flying. And I was like, yeah, it's a dream sequence and it's supposed to signify that he's ascending into a different period in his life and this and that. And it's like, yeah, but it looks stupid. Like, it looks pretty out of context, but like when you think it's Batman, and it was dumb to me. Oh, the sequence where Superman is like flying, he's hovering above the houses and looking down on the people that he's gonna save, and all those people are touching him. It's like to signify that he's something beyond comprehension, that he's some kind of god-like being, to drive home what Jesse Eisenberg is saying. It's just boring to me. It just doesn't look very interesting, and like when he stops the rocket from falling, it looks kind of dumb how like they CGI him to puff out a little more. But you know, out of context, they're beautiful shots. It's just for the purpose of the story, I think they're kind of like, some of them are very unnecessary and silly, or boring. Oh, the action scenes. The action scenes are, for the most part, kind of ridiculous, and they try to add in witty banter that isn't really witty. Like, it doesn't feel like there's much intelligence behind it. Like, yeah, it's funny for a second to hear Batman say, oh shit, when Doomsday's gonna attack him, but it would have way more lasting power if it was something that just like, I don't know, I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but something that just sounded like it had more thought going into it. Because anybody would say, oh shit. Batman would do something else. And that's kind of like... And also, some of it was just like, do you... It was cool for a trailer, right? The do you bleed, you will. But it looked kind of like a bitch move how Superman was like there and he's like, do you bleed? Because you know he doesn't know Superman has super hearing. So he thinks Superman can't hear him. And that's how I took it. And Superman flies away and he's like, you will. And it'd be funny if Superman was like, what?
What did you say?
No, I wouldn't add that in the movie. It would just be kind of dumb and funny. But yeah, the banter doesn't also... It also doesn't fit the tone. Because, like, it's like a dark, brooding, gritty movie, which I don't even think is done well. And Zack Snyder's really talented, and he seems like a cool dude. It's just I don't like this movie. And I didn't like Man of Steel, and I didn't really like Watchmen either. I just think his style doesn't appeal to me. But there are also things that are like, I think pretty obviously bad. So like when they try to be witty and it just falls flat in terms of like not having much thought or intelligence behind it, to me it's like, it doesn't fit the movie. It's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole. And speaking of Zack Snyder, I don't really like his lack of a color palette. I don't like the toned down, dreary, boring look. It's just not vibrant, and Superman himself is a vibrant character. He's, you know, extremely powerful. His color palette is blue, red, and yellow. You know, it's supposed to be fun to the eye, and I understand making Batman, like, Christopher Nolan didn't even like get rid of the color. You know what I mean? Like, it still had vibrance and color and life to it, and this seems kind of like soulless, and it's just an aesthetic choice that I don't really agree with, and I think is kind of bad. So I've never. That's a big reason I didn't like a lot of Watchmen. And I know Watchmen has color and it does it a little better, or significantly better. But still, it's just it's not pleasing to me. And I think that it's like trying to drive home a point that's kind of, It falls flat on, like, it's not truly dark because it's not even a thinking man's movie. I don't think it's a smart movie, which I'll get into more. But like, honestly, watching the movie, I was like, all right, so this is one of the movies I should have checked my brain at the door at. The motivation is kind of stupid. I thought that Batman not liking Superman was understandable. They set it up great. They show you instead of telling you. Like, you see why Batman's so in turmoil and just a hard ass angry man, and he you see it. Like, they show you Robin's suit, they show you Gotham getting destroyed, and although I thought that it was kind of dumb to show his parents getting killed again, just for like that shot of like the pearls coming off, because I think that's why Zack Snyder did it. It at least shows you like stuff he's gone through, instead of telling you like, you know what happened to my parents, they died in an alleyway, or you know what happened to Robin, he was killed by the Joker. Or they actually use a visual medium to show you, which is the way I think it should be done, instead of exposition. But I think so that's one other credit I'll give it. They show you instead of telling you, for the most part. But I thought it was kind of dumb how he just wants to kill Superman instead of, like, because to me, Batman is a character that is incredibly intelligent. Probably top 5, I'd say, smartest characters in DC's their universe.
The world's greatest detective.
Well, not in this movie. But, so, like, he's dumb. He wants to just go out and kill Superman instead of trying to figure out how to, figure out where he's coming from and if he's a good guy or not, or this or that. And Batman is supposed to be smart, and a smart man would know that, instead of making an emotional decision. And it's just a style choice. Like, I can understand where Zack Snyder came from that, but I just think it's not a very good choice to go down. I don't think it's a good path to take. I think Batman should be smarter than that. Superman's character was really boring to me. Like, the plot thread that they don't even follow through on, where he's like, I don't know if I can love you, Lois, and be Superman at the same time. It's like, that. Oh my god, that's such a dumb plot that so many movies have. Please don't take it. Thankfully, one of the movie's problems, having a plot line that doesn't go through, like with Alfred having a problem with Bruce, it doesn't go anywhere, and that's one good thing that comes out of it, that you don't see that. But yeah, Batman just like being so antagonistic is kind of stupid, and it's mostly a plot device for the movie. And then like Jesse Eisenberg just wanting them to fight. Like, the thing that made Batman's fight with Superman so cool in the comics was that there is an idealistic difference. Batman is like, no, we need to take the law into our own hands. We need these vigilantes. We have to, make it happen, because it's not going to happen for us. And Superman's like, no, we got to follow the law and this and that. And that's what draws them to a fight. In this one, his mom gets captured and he has to fight Batman. Speaking of that was the worst part of the movie to me, where Superman's gonna die and he's like, he's gonna kill Martha. It's like, that's stupid. Like, oh, did he say Martha? That was my mom's name. Let me stop what I'm doing. It's like, no, you've established Batman as a driven, angry man. He would have killed Superman. So that thing just in and of itself is such a dumb freaking scene that, come on, man, that's such lazy writing. Like, there are so many other ways you could have gotten that to work. Like, Jesse Eisenberg sees that the fight's not going in the direction he wanted, so he creates Doomsday or something or other. Speaking of Doomsday, Doomsday looks fucking Lord of the Rings B-side looking ass fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
It's
new
like
movie.
a mixture of Ninja Turtles and Abomination.
Rejected goddamn fucking Abomination looking fucking dumbass thrown away stupid. He looks bad. I don't like the way he looks at all. It's bad. Oh, one other thing, like, I like strong female characters, and Lois Lane is kind of just like a plot device. Like, she doesn't have really heart in this movie. She doesn't even have chemistry with Superman. Like, that bathtub scene is awkward. When he winks at her in the desert, it's like, what the fuck? Like, they don't seem like an actual fit.
I did laugh my ass off though. I just tackled that guy.
Yeah. But like, Lois is in the desert. Why? Because Lex planned it. You know, like, she was led astray. Or, and then also, like, how the fuck does she know to go for the spear? I might have missed something, but, like, it's just dumb. Like, Batman's like, I need to get the spear. And next shot, Lois is like, my god, we need to get the spear. So she's running to the fucking thing and getting it, and it's like, when the fuck did that happen? Clearly, that, to me, is the biggest piece of evidence that Zack Snyder was like, fuck it. She's not gonna have character or whatever. She's just made to drive the plot along. Which is kind of like, no, it's not kind of. It is a bad choice. It's stupid. Like I already said, revisiting Batman's origin was dumb because everybody going to Batman v Superman knows Batman's origin story. Bad dialogue. The movie itself was like really awkward speech patterns. Like, if I wanted you dead, you'd be dead. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Also, when Lawrence Fishburne, just another example is like, Kent, you're on sports. It's like, you know how a newsroom works, right? Like, you have a person for that. You don't have like your crime journalist write about your fucking comeback from behind or whatever. I don't remember. I thought that the dialogue was really bad. And like I touched on with Lois, I think that Batman, Superman, and to an extent Lex, and to an extent Wonder Woman, are the only characters with character and any kind of heart. The rest are just cold, hard plot devices, just made to like move the story forward, and they're not interesting. They're just kind of boring in there. Like the Senator, she brings an interesting perspective to the movie. And she's
Until
like,
she drinks Granny's peach tea.
well, no, like, she could have is what I mean. Like, the opposition, right? But she's just like, she just shows up to kind of like throw wrenches in plans, and it's dumb to me. What else? Oh, yeah, and the last thing is that I laughed at a bunch of the serious or action scenes. Like, when Batman's gonna crash the Batmobile and he turns and he has that made me laugh my fucking ass off in the movie theater. And when he looks at Superman and he tells him, asks him, do you bleed? Look at it. He's fucking cross-eyed. If I can remember, I'll put the fucking clip of the photo in, because that shit is fucking hilarious and I laughed my ass off watching that. The fight with Superman was really boring to me because Superman's not really trying to fight Batman. And it would have been better, like I said, if they just went... You don't have to remake The Dark Knight Returns, but just make it interesting instead of having them pitted against each other in a really forced situation that's like really dumb. Like, I think it's dumb when the supervillain mastermind knows how everything, and it was like, you didn't, like, you should go by certainties, not like shit that may happen that's just gonna work because you're the supervillain. like Lex Luthor's stupid plan. Make them have idealistic differences, like they made it look like it was going to be, which was stupid because they were both disliking each other about the same thing, which would be interesting if that was the conflict, because then it'd be like they're so similar that they hate each other. But that's another plot thread that doesn't go anywhere, you know? When he's like, he's a vigilante, and it's like, well, look at yourself, Superman. That would have been fucking cool. But they don't do anything with it. They just dislike each other. Like, that adds to it. I did think Batman's fight scene when he went to save Martha was cool. Although I fucking hate Martha just for that one. Martha! It's like, Martha's his mom. What? He has a mom? I'm not gonna kill him after all. This is a good guy. It's like, that's fucking stupid. But yeah, the last fight scene was cool. To me, I give this movie a 69. It sucks, but it has some fun.
Well, I mean, with the scene with Batman killing people,
Yeah.
That was like part of I think we both forgot to talk about that.
I forgot. I did not like Batman killing at all because I understand he's like gone through a bunch of stuff and he's just a worn and torn person who's just seen too much horrible things, and he's gone through so much and he's just tired of it all, and they're all like weeds, and you kill one, you get rid of one and 1,000 come back or whatever. But it's like, to me, Batman, like, and I'm not like, I'm a Batman purist. I've seen Batman kill, and it's like, I don't like it because to me, the character of Batman, one of his base things, it's like, yeah, like, you can interpret a character many ways, but to do it right and give them justice, you have to follow certain things. And to me, not killing is one of them for Bruce Wayne Batman, because he's supposed to be a morally incorruptible character. And that's like his strength, is he's flawed, he's human.
On that line between like he's close to crossing the line and becoming a criminal.
Yeah, he's flawed, he's a human, he has many weaknesses, but that's his superpower, his will. That's what makes Batman so great, and him killing people just really does. It takes away from the character for me, because, yeah, he's brutal, like I said, which is fucking awesome, but then he's like, he crosses a line that I don't think he should cross, because it really comes off as weak to me.
Yeah, I understand. I mean,
and not weak in the good way.
Like in the Dark Knight trilogy with the Nolan trilogy, I mean, that's what made Batman so interesting. Like, he will not kill. I mean, the Joker drove him to the edge, will not kill him. Bane as well will not kill him.
Yeah.
Well, okay, there was Ra's al Ghul, but then he said, "I'm not gonna kill you."
Which is the same fucking thing, but
yeah.
It's okay. We'll give it a pass.
Yeah, because I mean, Batman is he's a symbol of. That's what was like back to the trilogy made him so interesting, because it was a symbol of hope. Anyone can beat Batman, you know.
Yeah, fuck that. That's on Superman's chest. The real fucking hope should be Batman's bat symbol.
But I remember watching a clip on Comic-Con where I wish they actually kept it in the movie, where Batman turns on the bat signal and he looks up, and you see, and this is when they're about to fight, and he looks up at the signal, and once the lightning hits, you see a silhouette floating, it's Superman, and it gets closer, and the lightning flashes again. You see Superman's face, and you see his eyes like beaming red, and then it cuts down to Batman like zooming in closely to his face. That would have been pretty cool to show.
It would have been a cool shot, but it wouldn't have made sense, because remember, Superman at that point isn't mad at Batman.
Well, that was the thing. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Because what I read before, like that Superman was kind of gonna be portrayed as the bad guy.
Fucking
in
boring.
This movie. But from what I've heard, they were gonna portray him as the bad guy, but they didn't.
No,
and I thought that would have been pretty cool. That would be pretty ballsy though.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of balls, I would have fucking given this movie an A if it had the fucking balls to not bring Superman back. Leave it up for Justice League or whatever, fine. But when he fucking dies, and I was like, wait a minute, there's not a Superman follow-up movie. Are they gonna do it? Like, do they have the fucking cojones to kill off Superman? If they do, that's amazing. You had fucking guts, and that makes it an A for me. But I mean, it doesn't take away that they brought him back. It would have made it so much more. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you would have walked out of that movie
It would have had more
in
depth
awe.
into it, yeah.
That's the thing. This movie doesn't have any moments that grab me to like, oh my god. Like, yeah, it has some cool looking things, and that last fight scene with Batman, fucking up all the guys in the warehouse, but
it didn't have the pencil scene where everyone's like, oh shit! Like,
yeah, it didn't have that lasting effect, which I think would have come if Superman.
if they didn't show.
Yeah, if they didn't show the dirt and
It would've-
leave it to you to interpret. Like, they show his casket, that would have been great. No dirt moving, just like, why did they show the casket? Is it to instill in us, oh, it's a casket, a symbol of death, he's dead? Or did they show it to make us think, why did they go back to it? Like, is he gonna come back? It would have given them fucking balls, and it would have been amazing.
Do you remember in Spider-Man 2 when when Peter Parker takes off and Mary Jane goes up to the edge of the patio?
Kinda.
And
Yeah.
the camera zooms in and it like fades out black.
Mhm.
It would have been cool if it was like that. But it zooms in Bruce Wayne, but it makes him like he has this face of like thinking, like determination.
Yeah.
And it fades black, and then the end. I think if it left off like that, because it would know like, okay, something's going on.
Yeah, and the pacing was bad, especially in the last one where it's like, all right, the movie's over. Let's settle down and think. We're at Superman's funeral. Let's see. Let's think about what's happened. And then they go to Jesse Eisenberg getting his fucking head shaved, and then
I was waiting for that moment, like, because I remember I saw a picture of him with the shaved head. And I'm thinking,
Yeah,
when's that gonna happen?
it's just that it kind of ruined the moment. Like, we're at Superman's funeral, and then it gets interrupted by that, and it just messes with the flow of the movie. And there were tons of problems. Like, some scenes cut out too early, and for my taste, and it's just that the pacing was bad. And I'm not saying that I'm like some fucking super genius in movies, but I'm just saying I didn't like it.
I could give him, I'll give him credit that I know they tried to make Batman v Superman like a political film, more as in like, how would the world react if we had a sort of god being with powers? That's what I kind of liked about like how people's reaction. It wasn't like Spider-Man 3 when they said we're gonna give the key to the city to who? Spider-Man! Like, I thought that was... it's Spider-Man 2. I know we're not talking about that scene when him and Electro are fucking fighting in Times Square and people are just watching. Who the fuck's gonna watch a fight like that? That shit's fucking crazy. Anyway, back to the story.
I think
Okay.
we gotta cut it.
Okay. We're doing... Oh, we're just gonna cut it in?
Yeah, we gotta
Okay.
cut it here. So,
What?
your grade and
Okay.
thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up. Yours?
I give it your grade.
78.
You give it a C. I give it the D at a 69.
Now, okay, we gave our point of views. Don't let our point of view stop you going to the movies.
No, don't fucking watch it, dude. It fucking sucks.
No, don't.
It fucking sucks.
Don't listen to him. It's up to you. That's the beauty about film. It's subjective. It's everyone. Has
It's
different
objective
opinions.
until it totally fucking sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Go watch it. I mean, I didn't hate the movie.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it.
I mean, the movie has flaws. I had a great time. I hope you guys somehow enjoy. This man liked Fantastic Four,
No, I
the
didn't.
recent one. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed our review. This was our first review of a film.
Well, it was like a debate.
Debate kind of
thing.
Hey, that went pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This probably won't be the last one. We'll probably have more. Hopefully, we're doing Star Wars. No, we're doing Civil War.
Yeah.
Civil War.
I'm looking forward to Civil War more than I looked forward to Batman v Superman, but I wanted to like it. Anyways, unless another movie comes along that we just feel compelled to review. I mean, this is just what we like.
I kind of want to. Hopefully, Jungle Book leaves like a very emotional connection. Then I'll be like, I'll do it.
All right.
Because I'm really pumped for that one. Anyway, I'm Brandon.
Miguel, and I give it the D.